Kay Coco Martin, ang yaman-yaman mo na. Pero yung mga mahihirap pa din. Walang character development.
Gusto kong malaman totoong pagkatao.
Kapag mahirap ka, bida ka at ikaw yung pinapalakpakan.
Meron pa akong pa 10,000 each sa inyo.
It sounds inspiring, right? Paulit-ulit na yan. Paano kung ang Philippine media nakaka-contribute pala siya sa mindset natin about poverty? Blindly sticking to our faith, hoping, praying na one day maawa sa atin ng Diyos at ibigay sa atin yung swerte. What if I told you that the way Philippine media portrays poverty could be shaping your life in ways you've never imagined?
Wala akong ginagawang masama! Akala mo lang wala! Pero meron!
Is it possible that the way poverty is portrayed in the media isn't inspiring us to change, but rather keeping us stuck? Let's explore.
Janelle Sekadin is a licensed financial advisor and a leading voice in financial literacy in the Philippines. In the same way Roger Mayweather trained Floyd or Del Curry trained Steph, Janelle's remarkably experienced parents raised her to carry the values and principles that the top 1% of insurance managers in the Philippines embody. She now sits as a proud member of the $1 Million Roundtable of Sun Life and has blown up on every major social media platform, specifically by talking about money to the middle class, thereby helping countless Filipinos secure their financial futures. Now, as a host on PGMN, she continues her mission to bridge the wealth gap and inspire Filipinos to build lasting legacies.
Before we begin, I would like to thank those who have subscribed to our channel. We super appreciate you. And on that note, we noticed 98% of our viewers are not actually subscribed yet, and we are trying to bring that number down to 75%. It will be a huge help to us if you click the subscribe button and hit the notification bell, as the bigger we grow, the more we'll be able to keep giving you high-quality content from some of the best and strongest people in the most fascinating fields. Thank you, and we're deeply grateful. Kapag nanonood tayo ng Philippine media, madalas natin napapansin, masyadong highlighted yung kahirapan, yung heroism ng isang tao na para bang it's part of our day-to-day life and it's part of our identity as Filipinos na kapag mahirap ka, bida ka at ikaw yung pinapalakpakan. Is it possible that the way poverty is portrayed in the media isn't inspiring us to change, but rather keeping us stuck? Let's explore. First is profit motive. Let's start with something we all know, profit. The media is a business. It thrives on views, ratings, and advertisements. And guess what? Poverty sells. Kasi kung titignan natin, there's a large population here in the Philippines na talagang below poverty line. So syempre, saan ba tayo kikita? Dun sa mas maraming makakanood. Kaya until now, kung mapapansin nyo, hindi pa rin natatapos yung teleserye ni Coco Martin na Ang Batang Quiapo.
Matumal nga eh. Mga kulipot na kayo mga tao.
Kumain na ba kayo?
Di pa nga, gutom na nga ako eh.
Sige, kumain.
Oo!
Dahil mas kumikita siya doon, mas yumayaman siya doon. So again, what is the better way to earn more? Which is to capitalize kung saan yung mas maraming audience. So kay Coco Martin, ang yaman-yaman mo na. Yung yaman-yaman mo na.
Itong tuglak lang ako. Ano na ako? Tapos wala na. Goodbye world. Ay, ang ganda naman. Sino nag-decorate na to? Ay, my God.
So yeah, kung titignan nyo, si Coco Martin sobrang yaman na niya. Pero yung mga mahihirap pa din. Kasi nga, masyadong na-overstimulate or masyadong na-romanticize yung poverty na meron sila. Imagine nyo yun, walang character development. Kasi si Coco Martin, mayaman na, pero yung palabas niya pang mahirap pa rin. It still pushes poverty. Walang highlighted stories on how to get out of that poverty. Napanood ko yung interview niya kay Tony Gonzaga.
Kaya nung nabigyan ako ng opportunity na magkaroon talaga ng maayos na trabaho, yung regular na trabaho, talagang niraratrat ko.
How he was able to strategize his way coming out of poverty. Maganda kung sa susunod niyang teleserye, yun naman yung i-highlight niya. Para yung mga Pilipino, may matutunan namang ibang bagay aside from kahirapan. Second is glamorization and romanticization of poverty. Now, let's get into a tricky part. Glamorizing poverty. How many times have we seen stories where the protagonist or yung bida struggles but eventually triumphs over their circumstances. It sounds inspiring, right? But what if it's sending the wrong message? What if it's making poverty seems inevitable, even romantic? This kind of storytelling tricks us into thinking, one day I'll be lucky.
Swerte.
Gumagana lang yung swerte pag magkasama tayo.
Or isang araw, magiging maswerte din ako. Paano natin makikita kung lagi tayong nakabase sa swerte? Number one, ang daming lotto outlets. Maraming naggagamble.
Promise, babe. Hindi ka mabibitin.
Marami din, tumataya tayo sa Diyos natin. Right? I'm not trying to disrespect the faith. However, guaranteed, a lot of those people who idolize the Black Nazarene, highlighted doon na kapag sumama ko sa procession na yun, lahat ng prayers ko matutupad. And that's what I call blind faith.
Every year, dyan na lumalabas yung, sumasamba kayo sa Diyos-Diyosan, no? Kaya naghihirap ang Pilipinas.
There's no action, there's no strategizing your way out of poverty. Walang self-initiative to change our actions, our decisions, kung paano tayo magtrabaho. We're just blindly sticking to our faith, hoping, praying na one day maawa sa atin ng Diyos at ibigay sa atin yung swerte, yung yaman na gusto natin, na ina-aspire natin. Yung language din natin na bahala na si Batman. So, parang ganun din, bahala na si Lord na bahala. Tama naman yun, God will provide. Okay, God is a God of providence. God is a God of abundance. However, how good of a steward are you in receiving those abundance? Kasi kung wala kang skill, kung walang knowledge, kung walang wisdom doon, paano ka ibibigay ng grace, ng abundance, diba? Because at the end of the day, ang totoong yaman, binibigay yan sa tao na tama at karapat-dapat. Another point is the Philippine media, masyado natin ninonormalize ang kahirapan or masyado nating tinatanggap na lang na it's part of life, that it's normal, it's fate. Minsan pa nga yung mga tao, no, I've met one person who has really good talent and I told him, you know what? Ang ganda ng mga ginagawa mong arts, upload mo yun sa Facebook, bebenta yan. At ano yung sinabi niya? Ayoko maging masyadong mayaman, sakit sa ulo yan. So nagkakaroon tayo ng normalization na ang pagiging mahirap, mas madali at mas komportable siya versus kung mag-a-aspire ka maging mayaman or mas nakakaginha-ginhawa. At the same time, the media promotes materialism, a mindset where success is equated with wealth and possessions.
Madam, swipe it. Swipe it.
The latest phone, designer clothes, the dream car, this constant barrage of imagery makes us feel inadequate if we don't have these things. It leads to financial stress, overspending, and even debt. So as a content creator, I'm also guilty of this, na a lot of brands really pushes for the latest phone, branded items, luxury cars, and really they have the most budget. Sila yung pinakamayaman when it comes to marketing and pushing people to buy such products or such items. Pero no one, I haven't found one yet, who really pushes to talk about finances, except of course those who are in the financial industry. But when it comes to the Philippine media, even to our education system, it's not really that highlighted. Yung education when it comes to financial literacy, on delaying gratitude, on recognizing your financial stability. And it's saddening, no? Because at the end of the day, these brands, these big companies, again, they profit, pero mas lumalawak na naman yung gap ng mga mahihirap and mayayaman. Another point is, I had a meeting recently with a parent, with a single parent, and as we are going through her finances, I asked him, saan galing tong malaking expenses mo? Ano to? Yan yung loan ko, binabayaran ko for the next 3 years. And then, tinanong ko siya, para saan? Anong purpose? Pang negosyo? Hindi. For Christmas shopping. So, inutang niya yung pinambili niya ng panregalo at kailangan niya bayaran yon for the next 3 years. So, ganun tayo as a Filipino. Because the Philippine media pushes for aguinaldo, for Christmas shopping, for Christmas rush. Nape-pressure tayo unconsciously, nape-pressure pala yung mga Pilipino to keep up with that trend and bumili din para hindi sila masabihan na siguro walang pera. Another sad story here in the Philippines na masyadong highlighted ng Philippine media is masyado tayong nakaasa sa politicians, sa ayuda, sa donation, na okay lang na pag nagkakaroon tayo ng sakuna or challenges sa buhay natin, ang una-una nating sinasabi ay, Mayor, tulungan mo naman kami. Wala pa rin binibigay na tulong yung gobyerno sa atin. At yun yung madalas natin naririnig na lagi na lang tayong nakaasa sa ibang tao versus taking accountability na, sorry, mali kami, hindi kami nakapaghanda. Kaya kami nagkaganito kasi wala kaming naitabi, wala kaming naipon. And it's an endless cycle of putting the blame to other people where in the first place, it's not just the responsibility of the government officials na bigyan ka ng bigas, na bigyan ka ng delata, na bigyan ka ng cash incentives. Hindi lang naman yun yung obligasyon niya eh. At saka isipin mo din mabuti, no? Saan ba dinadala ng mga typical Filipino ang mga cash incentives or ayuda ng mga politicians? Hindi ba pinanggagastos din? Diba? Again, hindi ko siya gine-generalize because I know people na pinangnenegosyo. Meron akong mga tao na talaga naman ginagamit nila yun sa need nila. However, sure ako, there are a lot of people na there are people who use the ayuda actually to pay for their utang as well. So, it's an endless cycle of poor financial decisions of everyone just because walang binibigyan na solusyon yung system natin. Let me tell you a story. There was a man named Juan who lived in a small village. Every day, Juan would watch a teleserye where the lead character is much like him, was poor but had big dreams. But the difference? Juan didn't feel empowered. He just felt like he was watching someone else's life. He began to wonder, will he ever make it out? Will he ever get that big break? Juan watched for years, hoping for something to change, but he never really tried to change his own mindset. He thought he was waiting for luck, just like the characters on TV. But luck doesn't always knock. Success is built on action, education, and breaking free from the mentality that keeps us stuck. So, what's the solution? We need to stop romanticizing poverty. We need to start demanding real change, not from politicians, but from within ourselves. We need to stop waiting for a miracle and start building the future we deserve. Success is not about luck. It's about education, financial literacy, and systems that empower every Filipino to thrive. Now, let's compare this with how other countries' media works. With Korean media or Korean dramas, often follow an aspirational rags to riches storyline, but with a twist. Characters rises above their hardships through hard work, education, and social mobility. However, the pressure is immense. Korean media often glamorizes material success, leading to high academic pressure and mental health struggles.
우리가 성공을 해야 달미가 실망을 안 하고.
The message? Work hard, get rich, but at what cost? With the US media, it glorifies individualism, entrepreneurship, and the American dream. The idea is that anyone, no matter their background, can achieve success through hard work and perseverance.
You know, I think long-term focus is a really important part of this.
But this narrative comes with own pressures, constant consumerism, a need for material wealth, and debt. The message here? If you work hard enough, you'll get rich, but at the expense of balance and mental well-being. In contrast, Western media often focuses on social welfare, equality, and collective well-being. There's a focus on addressing systemic issues, and social change is often portrayed as the collective responsibility. This perspective encourages individuals to demand change from governments and institutions. The message? Social progress is just as important as individual ambition. So, how do we balance all this media influence? It's very simple. There are a lot of available materials now in social media, in TV shows. At the end of the day, again, you have the choice. Prioritize self-growth, education, and critical thinking because ito na yung napapansin ko eh. Ang hina ng critical thinking ng mga tao ngayon. Masyado tayo nakadepende kung ano yung sasabihin ng media, ng TV network, without really studying and thinking and really reflecting and really researching kung ano talaga nangyayari sa bansa natin. Kung meron pa bang other ways to develop our life, to grow ourselves. Tigilan nyo na ang panonood ng Philippine media na walang ginawa kung hindi i-highlight na masama ang pagiging mayaman at mas madali ang buhay at mas mabuti ang puso mo kung magiging simple na lang ang pamumuhay mo. That's actually a scarcity or poverty mindset. The generations after generations, laging ini-instill, lalo na yung mga matatanda, na mas okay na simple lang yung buhay versus na mag-aspire ka ng kaginhawaan. It's not comfortable to be in your comfort zone. And comfort zone is poverty, is the simple life. And that's what's always been being highlighted in our media, which saddens me. I also want to call out those content creators who highlights poverty porn. So what does it look like? Ito yung mga pinapanood nyo sa YouTube na namimigay ng pera sa mga motorcycling rider apps, sa mga sa mga homeless people, yung mga random na tao. Like,
It's true.
totoo, sir! Oh my God!
And I will dag more.
Thank you, sir!
Ito, sa'yo, dalawa.
So much, sir! You're joking. Do you really have to record it? Just give it genuinely. And there's a bigger person out there who sees your heart. You don't have to promote na namimigay ka. Others will make it as an excuse na, kasi I want to inspire other people. Kasi if I do it, then other people will be inspired to give as well. Like, do you really have to do it? Is there a better way to highlight your goodness, your kindness, aside from just recording yourself that you're giving away money? So I think that's a shallow way to promote inspiration. The future isn't about luck, it's about action, and it starts with us. So sa tingin mo, paano ka nai-influence ng Philippine media when it comes to your mindset and your day-to-day life choices? Comment down below. This is your Wealth and Abundance Advocate, Janelle Sicatin for PGMN.